In this video, we'll consider 10 ideas and I leave 8 homeworks from AMC, IMO, International Mathematical Olympiad, USAMO, and BMO for British Mathematical Olympiad. We will work on part 1 and part 2 of AHSMC, Alberta High School Mathematics Competition. In part 1, we will work on last problem, problem 16. I will tell you some background ideas concerning small examples, replacement. As I said before, there are around 40-50 important formulas in each topic: combinatorics, algebra, number theory, and geometry. If you want to learn them, feel free to send message to my WhatsApp number in the description and comments. We will work on these 3 ideas. I'll leave one homework from Amy, one homework from BMO, one homework from AMC, and 4 ideas here. Then in part 2, we will work on this function problem, first problem of part 2, and I will tell you idea 5 to idea 10 when we see function problem. In function problem, we have around 13, 14 important ideas, background ideas that are useful from AMC to IMO. If you want to learn them again, as I said before, feel free to send message to my WhatsApp number in the description and comments here. We will work on this problem, and I leave this homework from BMO, British Mathematical Olympiad Round 2 2022, Round 1 2019. This homework from USAMO, last USAMO, question number 2, 2023, and this one from PMO, Philippine Mathematical Olympiad, this one from IMO 2019. Okay, if you want to solve more problems, if you want to know more ideas, as I said before, feel free, send message to my WhatsApp number in the description comments. Okay. 2022 part 1. Let's solve last problem here. It says let's put non-negative integers here be the set of z greater than or equal to 0, be the set of non-negative integers, and f is from non-negative integers to non-negative integers. F of n equals minimum of absolute value of x plus 2y, where x and y are integers such that 5x plus 3y equals n. The value of the sum f of 0 plus f of 1 to f of 100 is what? One idea that is so much useful is, let me write idea 1, is considering a small example. It is useful in AMC, AME, USAMO, IMO in all years of these exams, considering small examples. But you should get good at this. Your problem solving should be improving this idea. So here, for example, we can consider a small example on what? On n. So try to find, for example, f of 0, f of 1, and something like this. And after finding some of them, see, can you generalize it for f of n, a good, for example, formula for f of n? Try this part first on your own. Okay, f of 0. F of 0, we know that n is 0, so 5x plus 3y equal to 0. And we can replace x and y with 0, so f of 0 equals 0. And because it is absolute value, it cannot be negative. Okay? For f of 1, 5x plus 3y equals 1. So we can conclude that, for example, y equals 1 minus 5x over 3. So let's focus on only f of 1. So we use replacement idea 2. Replacement is so much useful. Replacement. One problem of AME 2023 can be solved with this idea. AME 2023, it has x, y, z. Okay, AME 1 or 2, I don't remember it was what. If you want to know exactly the problem, it has x, y, z, 3 equations, 3 variables. You can find it. If you search, if you wanted to know it was exactly what, or wanted to learn more ideas, as I said before, feel free to send message to my WhatsApp number in the description comments. Okay. So why is this now? We replace x plus 2y, minimum of x plus 2y equals minimum of x plus, instead of y, we replace this, we multiply by 2, 2 minus 10x over 3. So it will be minimum of 3x minus 10x minus 7x plus 2. So here we should find x mod 3 is what? Because of my 1 minus 5x should be 0 mod 3. So look, when we have 3 and these, in some problems, considering different mods useful, okay? Considering different mods. One problem of BMO round 1 British Mathematical Olympiad is solvable by this. And one problem from AMC 2021. 2021. Again, if you want to know the problems are exactly what I should search, feel free to send message to my WhatsApp number in the description comments. Okay. Now here, 1 minus 5x is multiple of 3, so 1 minus 5x is 0 mod 3. So we can write 5x is congruent to 1. X mod 5 mod 3 is negative 1, negative x is 1, so x is negative 1, which is 2 mod 3. So we can consider that x equals 3, for example, x prime plus 2. So if you write it here, it will be minimum negative 7 times this, negative 27 x prime, negative 14 plus 12, negative 12 over 3, which will be minimum of negative 7x prime minus 4. The best x prime is 1, 7 minus 4, 3. So f of 1 is 3. Now that you've learned how to calculate f of 1, by the same way try to find f of 2, f of 3, and f of n in general. Okay, so here we understand that, for example, we should consider different modes and something like that. So let's see, can we find f of n? So if we see, for example, f of n is hard to calculate, we should again calculate f of 2, f of 3 to find more results. So 5x plus 3y equals n, 5x plus 3y equals n, and we want to find minimum of x, absolute value of x plus 2y, okay? And now, here again we use replacement, y equals n minus 5x over 3. So we know x and y should be integers. Now we want to find, what can we say here? We replace n in this part like this, and then we want to find minimum of x plus 2 times this. 2n minus 10x over 3. And it will be what? It will be minimum of 3x minus 10x, negative 7x, 2n minus 7x over 3. Okay. Now we are working on, and this idea is good, we work on both sentence and assumption of the problem, idea 4. Work on sentence of the problem, and for example say, okay, we should reach this, and also work on assumption of the problem, and then you go here, backward, forward, then you reach a point. Now we know this one is integer. Here we can say, okay, it is n, for example, plus x minus 6x over 3. So it will be n plus x over 3 minus 2x. So, because it is integer, we conclude that n plus x should be integer. It should n plus x over 3. So n plus x should be, for example, 3z. Okay? So we can conclude x equal to 3z minus n. And if we replace here 5 times x, we replace it x with 3z minus n plus 3y equals n. Okay, so let's open a new page. Okay, next step we can say, okay, it is what? It is 15z minus 5n plus 3y equals n. So 3y equals what? N plus 5n. Or we can use also this part. Let me do something. We can also replace that. So we can only replace here. Okay, so let's erase this part. So y equals what? N plus x. N plus x is 3z over 3z. Minus 2 times x. 2 times x is what? Minus 2 times 3z minus n. So it will be z minus 6z plus 2n. So it will be negative 5z plus 2n. Okay, now we found y in terms of zn and x in terms of zn. So x is what? Is 3z minus n. Y is what? Negative 5z plus 2n. Now let's check do they satisfy this equation? 5x is 15z minus 5n. 3y is negative 15z plus 10n. Okay, so if we consider 3 times that is 6n. So 15z and negative 15z will be cancelled. 6n minus 5n is n. Okay. So this equation will be satisfied. Now let's see, we should find minimum of what? Minimum of 2n minus 7x. You can write like this, or you can write from here, x plus 2y. X is what? 3z minus n plus 2 times this, minus 10z plus 4n. So it will be minimum of 4n minus n, 3n minus 10z plus 3z minus 7z. Okay, we should find this part. Now that we found this, so f of 0, n is 0. So we can consider z 0, it will be 0. F of 1 is what? Minimum of 3 minus 7z. So here the best z is 0, it's 3. F of 2 is what? So f of 1 is exactly 3 that we had. F of 2 is minimum of 6 minus 7z. So it's good to calculate what is z be equal to what? Equal to 1. Okay, 6 minus 7 is negative 1, 1. Okay, now that we found this formula, we can easily calculate, and then you can find the pattern. Try this part on your own. Okay, now let's calculate f of 3. It will be minimum of 3 times 3, 9 minus 7 z equals, if z equals 1, then it will be minimum, it's 2. Now let's calculate f of 4. It will be minimum of 12 if we replace n with 4 minus 7. If z is 1, it will be 5. If z is 2, it will be negative 2. Absolute value of that is 2. f of 5. It's f of 5 is minimum of 3 times 5, 15 minus 7z. So the minimum, if you calculate, is when z equals 2 and is 1. f of 6 is minimum of 18 minus 7z. Is when z, look, minus 7, 11, minus 7, 4, minus 7, negative 3, it will be 3. f of 7 is minimum of 21 minus 7z, which equals 0 when z equals 3. And as you can see, again, for the first time, we've reached 0. Look here and here. Let's see, is the repetition the period 7 or not? Let's calculate f of 8. For f of 8, we say, okay, minimum of 24 minus 7z. If z is 1, if you subtract 7, it will be 17. If you subtract again 7, it will be 10. If you subtract again 7, it will be 3. Look, it will be like this. And the answer is 3. So we can guess that the period is 7. Now let's prove this. Means what? We want to prove that y for this part, for example, let me tell you something. For this one, suppose we call it f of n. F of n plus 7 is what? Is minimum of, okay, it is minimum of 3 times n plus 7 minus 7z, which is equal to minimum of 3n plus 27 minus 7z, which equals minimum of 3n minus 7z minus 3. And we can say, okay, z minus 3 is a variable, for example, w, any variable. It's minimum of 3n minus 7w, which is equal to f of n. So we can understand the period is 7. Now, the problem says f of 0 to 100 is what? So 0 to 100 is 0 to 6, then next multiple of 7, 7 to 13, next multiple of 7, 91 to 97, and last part is 98, 99, 100. So some of these 7 parts will be what? 0 plus 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12. So some of these f's equal to 12, so it will be 12 times 98 over 7. Plus 98 f of that is 0. Next one, 3, 1. So it will be plus 3 plus 1. This part 7 here is 14. And now if you multiply 12 times 14, it's 28, 14, 8, 6, 1. 168 plus 4, which will be 172. Okay? So let's check the choices to not have careless mistake. Okay. Okay, so the answer is 172. Let's check here the idea we've used. We've used considering small example replacement considering different mods. And we've calculated these things. Okay, how many homeworks? So I told you 3 homeworks. Okay, let's work on some problems of part 2. Okay, so for part 2, let's focus on problem 1. It says find all functions f from real numbers to real numbers such that f of 1 equals f of 2 and y squared f of x minus x squared f of y equals x squared y squared times y minus x for every x, y in the set of real numbers. Okay, let's try. In functions, we have around 14, 15 important ideas that you should memorize. Let me tell you some of them. In functions, considering a small example, again, useful. And next idea, considering special cases. For example, x equals y, something like this. Idea 7. Check that the function is one-to-one or not. Is function one-to-one or not? Idea 8. When you have, here we don't have, but sometimes we have complicated terms. Try to get rid of complicated terms, sometimes with subtracting, sometimes with division. Rid of complicated terms. And the other one, sometimes you should consider, for example, f of 1 or f of 0 equals to c, a constant, and calculate all f's in terms of that c. I10, always check at the end that is your function works or not. And we have around 10 more, 7 more ideas. Okay. If you want to learn them, feel free to send message to my WhatsApp number in the description comments. Okay. Now by these things that you know, try this one first on your own. Okay, so let's here consider small examples. For example, x equals y equals 0, then left side will be 0, right side equals 0, 0 equals 0. We won't reach any good conclusion. Now let's consider, for example, x equals 0, only x. Left side will be what? Y squared f of 0 minus 0 equals 0. Y can be any number. For example, you can say y equals 1. Then f of 0, if you replace y with 1, f of 0 equals 0. So the first result that we've reached. Now here we know f of 1 equals f of 2. Let's consider if x equals y, we won't reach any good conclusion, okay? We can use this as f of 1 equals f of 2. See, what can we conclude? So try to use f of 1 here. For example, replace one of them with 1 and see what can you reach. Okay, so here we replace y with 1, okay? Again, we are considering small examples. Then it will be f of x in main equation. 1 squared times f of x minus x squared times f of 1 equals y squared times y minus. So here we will see that we can find f of x. If we call this one f of 1 equals f of 2 equals a constant c, f of x equals cx squared. No, sorry, here I've made a mistake. Y is 1. So it will be x squared times 1 minus x. So it will be cx squared minus plus x squared times 1 minus x. Okay? Now f of x is this. So here, let's replace, let's simplify it first. F of x equals x squared times c plus 1 minus x, or we can say c plus 1 minus x cubed. So try the rest on your own. Okay. Here we can say it is equal to x squared c plus 1 minus x. Now we want to find c. We know f of 1, for example, equals c. So if we replace x with 1, it will be c plus 1 minus 1 equals c is correct. F of 2 also equals c. So it will be 4 times c plus 1 minus 2 equals c. So we can say 4c, 1 minus 2, negative 1, negative 4 equals c. So 3c equals 4. So c equals 4 over 3. Now we can replace it here. So f of x equals x squared times 4 over 3 plus 1 minus x. So it will be x squared times 7 over 3 minus x. So it is our function. And now the only thing that is left, so look, by considering c, we've reached good results at one of the idea. Now let's try to replace in the main equation. Okay. Check this equation here. See, will two sides be equal? Okay, now let's replace here. It will be y left hand side. Y squared times f of x, which will be x squared 7 over 3 minus x, minus x squared times here y squared. If you replace f of y with y squared 7 over 3 minus y equals x squared y squared y minus x. If y or x equals 0, then both sides will be 0. If none of them equal to 0, we can cancel them. So let's erase the left hand side because we've calculated both left hand side and right hand side and we want to prove it is correct. Left hand side will be 7 over 3 minus 7 over 3, 0, minus x minus y will be negative x plus y. And right hand side is what? Y minus x. So they are equal. So we can understand that the answer is completely correct. Okay. So it is our f of x and we solve this problem. Let me tell you some function problems. I told you 10 ideas. Let me write 10 ideas. Let me check how many homeworks did we have. Up to 3 homeworks. Let me write some function problems. Homework 4. Okay, these are our homeworks. Let me write homework 4 is BMO problem, British Mathematical Olympiad round 2. Function problem homework 5, British Mathematical Olympiad round 1 2019. It is for 2022. Homework 5, homework 6 for USAMO. USAMO, question number 2, 2023, last USAMO. Homework 7 is for PMO National Level 2023. Philippine Mathematical Olympiad homework 8 is for IMO 2019. Okay. So here we have how many ideas do we have? 10 ideas and 8 homeworks. Okay, if you want to learn more ideas, want to solve more related homeworks, or want hint or one solution of the homeworks, or want to learn 40, 50 important ideas in each topic, combinatorics, algebra, number theory, and geometry, feel free to send a message to my WhatsApp number in the description comments. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Bye.